What's going on, guys? So Amazon just dropped off the new Sinoceratops, and this thing is in desperate need of some paint love, so I'm going to repaint it today. Now, this is a great figure for repainting. The first one here was one that I actually repainted already with the sort of male green pattern here, and it's a great figure to repaint. It has a lot of sculpted detail on it, but unfortunately it lacks in the paint department. So today I'm going to paint this guy here to actually sort of look like maybe a brown version, like a female version, if you will. So I'm going to use the same sort of process that I did when I did the green one, but just kind of looking at it, you know, I wasn't going to paint it at first, but it's got some paint slop up here on the horn, and, you know, that horn's not painted, the eye's all funky looking, so this one is in desperate need of a repaint, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to give this thing some love, so I'm going to get it out of the box, and we're going to get started with this. So the first color I'm going to use is Model Masters Sand. This is going to be my primer and base coat all in one go. I love the Model Masters stuff. It's a really strong, durable acrylic paint, and you can paint it on with a brush, or you can shoot it through a paint or an airbrush right out of the bottle, and that's what I love about it. So now I'm going to go in and I want to add some warmth to the skin. So I've got some red mixed in with that sand color, and I'm just lightly applying some warmth to it. And now I'm going to go in and start laying down all my orange, sort of earthy tones here, and I've got some orange rust on deck in the airbrush, and I'm going to throw down some nice transparent coats on the skin. All right, so with that done, I'm going to go in with some dark brown, and I'm going to start picking out some of the scales and the pebbles on the face, same way that I did with the green one. Same exact process, it's just different colors. So the green one, I use lots of green colors. With this one, I'm going to be using a lot of earthy sort of browns and oranges and stuff like that. And this is just going to look really cool once I do a nice transparent color over the top of it. It's going to make it look all kinds of different colors and everything. And speaking of different colors, I want to add a bunch of different tones to this figure, and the easiest way to do that is to get a bunch of different colored browns, all different tones, and I'm going to start dry brushing all of the raised sculpted areas all over the body. And this is just going to really give it a nice variation of color all throughout it. And the easiest way to get this sort of results, you know, is just dry brushing random patterns all over. It's what I like to do, just be random, and getting all the little nooks and crannies, all the creases, all the raised areas, everything like that. I'm starting with the lightest sort of chestnut color first, and then I kind of work my way up to a little bit of dark burnt umber. Not a whole lot though, just a little bit, you know, just a nice light dry brushing over that. So now I'm going to go in with that secret weapon, transparent burnt umber on deck in the airbrush, very light, low PSI. I'm speeding this up here because this does take a long time, but I'm going in very thin and building up that dark ridge over that crest area just to really bring out all that detail and to bring this thing to life. So we're keeping that burnt umber train rolling down at the back of the animal over here. I'm hitting that spinal cord, darkening that thing up really nice, and I'm going to fade it out lighter as I get to the sides of the body, and then I'm going to hit the front of the leg, shoulders, and these stripes that I put on the back of the tail. It's really just going to enhance everything and tie it together and make it look really awesome. Now we're going to do all the fine detail work, and I'm going to move down here to the toe claws, and I'm going to paint these things a medium gray color. Same with the beak and all the horns and stuff like that. And I figured since the green one I have has sort of lighter colored horns, that I would do darker colored horns on this one just to sort of offset those colors, and they really complement each other really well. So the key with smooth looking horns and claws obviously is thinning your paint down and doing several thin coats. Even if it looks kind of watery at first, you really want to apply that very thin to get a nice smooth finish on your horns and claws. So always keep that in mind. So now I'm going to paint the eyeball with a nice off-white color, and this thing has really big eyes, so you don't really have to hold your breath. Isn't that great? We're not having to paint tiny little eyeballs. So white eyeball and then a little black circle on the inside, and then taking inspiration from the Nanmu one here, we're going to do teal eyeballs with a little black dot. And then I'm going to finish this thing up by dry brushing the horns with a nice light gray. So that's just going to accent that color. It's going to highlight all the little details and all the cracks and everything that are in the horns, and just sort of take her to the next level, because that's what it's all about, guys. And that is pretty much it for this repaint. Repaint. So I appreciate you all sticking around and watching. Hope you enjoy the video and you learned something and it has inspired you to get out there and repaint some dinos for yourself. If you do, remember to tag me over on Instagram at Ted Brothers. I love to see what you guys can come up with. For more Jurassic related content, you know where to find me. Links will be in the description box below. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video.